Hello students, today we are going to discuss around a medicinal creepers third part. In previous classes we have discussed or we have studied that how our narrator has come across this unusual medicinal creeper and how Mara told stories about this medicinal creeper. Most of the stories narrator calls bunkum or cock and bull stories. Now moving further over that, we have also discussed that how Mara has lost all his teeth in the right side of his mouth, and the stories Mara has come up with that. So, irritated by these stories, our narrator says that Mara can go and search in the forest. When he does that, he may come across, possibly come across, some medicinal creeper which can make him young again. Mara doesn't deny the existence of such plants. Instead, he supports them by saying this story. So we are going to study that story. Let's go to page number 21. So over here we have stopped. I don't even want that. If I have become young, I will have to marry again. Let that be. But don't think that such plant doesn't exist in our forest, he said, and told me another story. So, what is the Mara story? Story goes like this. Long ago, Mara and a friend of his laid a trap and caught a barking deer. As they had to divide it equally between them, they took it near the stream, skinned it, cleaned it, and divided the meat. They wrapped their portion in some leaves and brought them home. Discussion. Long ago, so as most of the Mara stories goes, he is very old, or Mara somewhere else said that he's hundreds of years old. As don't worry about that. So long ago, tumba hinde. So that means that Mara is saying that when he was young, Mara and a friend of his, who is his friend, is not mentioned. Mara and another person laid a trap and caught a barking deer. What did they catch? They caught a barking deer, or in other sense we can also in Kannada say kadukuri. So they caught it, they have trapped it. What did they do then? There are two people and they have to share the meat. So how did they divide it? They have to equally divide it equally between them. So they took the barking deer to the stream and skinned it, removed its skin and all the other unnecessary things, and cleaned the meat and took the meat and divided the meat equally in two portions. So each of them have wrapped their portions, whatever meat they have got, and took home. But question again, what did they use to wrap that meat? They took some leaves which is available nearby. So they used that leaves, they wrapped it and took home. Observe that they did not search for any particular leaf. Whatever they might have able to get nearby in which they can wrap it ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಗಳನ್ನು they use it. Okay, they did not search for any particular leaf or any leaf of any particular plant. Observe that. Let's move on. In Mara's house, they got ready to cook. They prepared the masala with spices, put the water to boil, and opened the packet take, to take out the meat. Surprise of surprises. Instead of the meat, there was a live wild bug. The moment it saw Mara, it jumped up and ran out of his house. When Mara was trying to catch it, as usual, Mara's wife ignorantly took the leaves and threw them into fire. What happened? Mara went home. In the home, they got ready to cook the meat. Uh, they prepared the masala with spices. So they prepared everything to cook the meat. And even the water was boiling. And then he opens the wrapped packet. At that exact moment, there were so many surprises awaiting for them. ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ? There was supposed to be meat. They wrapped the meat, right? But there wasn't meat. Instead, live wild buck, or the meat has become alive and live animal, live creature with all skin and all the other things, parts, right? Is it possible, my dear students? Just imagine that there was just a meat and that meat has turned into a live animal. Is it possible, Sadhyana? It's not possible, right? So soon we have come across this story, we can say that Mara is lying or his stories are totally false. But Mara doesn't think so. The moment it saw Mara, it jumped up and ran out of his house. Mara says that as soon as the live wild buck or whatever the animal was there in in the packet, it jumped out and ran out. And Mara tried to catch it because it was his catch, and he bought the meat and he wanted it now. What did Mara's wife do then? Mara's wife, she was ignorant of all these things. What is she ignorant of? Well, let's discuss. She took the leaves and threw them into the fire. Now, Mara calls his wife as ignorant, and she threw the leaves into the fire. Now, observe over here a few things we have to discuss. One, Mara calls his wife ignorant, not only just ignorant, as usual, she ignorantly took it. So, Mara is trying to say that she might have done it a few times or earlier also. And second part, we have to observe, which is not at all important, still we can look into it, that matter of fact, Mara's wife was still living when this thing happened. Now, just before we have come across, we have discussed that I have to marry once again, right? Well, over here, observe. She was ignorantly through this. Why he says that ignorantly? Because that particular leaves have some magical power, isn't it? Don't you think so? Otherwise, how can just meat turn it back into animal? The lump of meat has turned into an animal. Is it possible unless it has some magical power or it is very powerful medicinal leaves? So this is what Mara's ideas. So when Mara says that she was ignorant, this is in the sense that she did not think that the meat can how can meat turn into animal. So if it has to happen, ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ರೆ what should be the power, or what might be the it should be the power of the leaves. So instead of thinking about that, she threw it away. This is the part we can observe over here. So let's moving on. When I heard this story, I was speechless, and I did not ask Mara for any elaboration or explanation because this was height of his inventive genius. It is no wonder that the white man of Hulihindal was prepared to give away his entire estate in exchange of these wonder plants. When Mara told the story, our narrator, he did not comment this time. He did not ask for explanation like earlier, how show me the plant or anything like that. Why? Because he realized that it is nothing but inventive story that has been invented and geniusly. ಬಹಳ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಕಟ್ಟಿದಂಥ ಕಥೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾನೆ. Then there is something more about it. It is no wonder that the white man of Fulhindal was prepared to give away his entire estate. So, this one is a kind of satirical statement over here. If such things may happen, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳು ನಡೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, then not only white man of Fulhindal, anybody can give anything for this kind of plants. This is, I mean, you know, even the animal or even the creature which has died can come back alive, something like Sanjeevani, right? So if you get that leaves, you can live forever. There is a chance, right? So if such a plant is available, anybody can do anything. This is one of the thing he said. But is he really telling that? Our narrator is not saying that such plants exist. Instead, he is making fun of Mara's stories. ಮಾರನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. Now it has been a long time since I sold the estate, and Mara is also dead and gone. It is difficult to dismiss all of Mara's stories as bunkum. Some little details remain to bother your conscience. The total disinterest that Mara showed in trying to argue with us, or convince us for that matter, to lie or to tell the truth continues to bother us. It's a long since from that time onwards, or after that it has long time has passed. Long time has passed since Mara told that story. And what happened after that? Our narrator had sold the estate and he is not living in that estate, or Mara or anybody else is working for him. Mara is also dead and gone. Observe, underline the word dead and gone. What happened to Mara? He has died of age. Even in that moment, or even after so many years, our narrator tells that there is something about Mara's stories keep on bothering you. Uh, you may wonder that there might be something true about Mara's stories. Everything may not be totally false. This is what our narrator thinks. There must be something true, because why he says that? The total disinterest that Mara showed in trying to argue. When Mara was arguing with the narrator, or when Mara was telling the stories, he told it as if he completely believed it, or as if it is true. So that particular aspect continues to bother our narrator. What if not everything, something might be true? What if there is some true about what Mara has said? So these are the ideas which keep on bothering our narrator. Shall we move on? After a long time, Mara's medicinal creeper was back in news. This time I saw Appanna tying it to a nearby tree. I asked whether he knew its uses. He did not know. I believe if you squeeze the juice of the leaves, milk becomes hard, he said. I thought that probably the leaf of this creeper must be so. When you squeeze something sour into milk, it spoils and curdles. I thought this was being mistaken for hardening of milk. Shall we? So many years has passed. One day our narrator has come across Appanna. What Appanna was doing? Appanna was doing the same thing as Maharaj did, tying the medicinal creeper to the nearby tree. So it is not only Mara then, there is another person, Appanna, whom he knew. So he asked Appanna why he was tying the medicinal creeper to the tree, or whether Appanna knows about the medicinal values of the tree. If he says that it is a medicinal creeper, he asked whether he knew the usage. Did he know? He said he didn't. Instead, he said that he only believed, or he heard that if somebody squeezes the juice of the leaves of the medicinal creeper, milk becomes hard. Squeeze hinduvantaddu. If somebody squeeze the juice rasavanna of the leaves, what happens? Milk becomes hard. If you add the juice of the leaves, what happens? Milk becomes hard. Is it possible like paneer? Well, let's discuss what happened over here. I thought that it probably leaf of the creeper must be so. What is so? Huli. So there is a possibility, or our narrator thought that it is possible that the leaf must be sour in taste. When you squeeze something sour into milk, when you add something sour to milk, what happens? It spoils and curdles. ಹಾಲಿಗೆ ಹುಳಿ ಹಿಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. I thought that this was being mistaken for hardening of milk. So milk becomes hard. Why? Because it spoils and curdles. So our narrator thought that maybe this is the thing what happens, but people mistakenly think that there is something magical. So he asked Appanna, have you seen it happen? He asked Appanna whether Appanna has seen it happen. That is what people say. Where can I find milk for all such experiments? He replied. What was the reply of Appanna? He did not know, he did not try, and he says that it's an experiment. He cannot do experiment because milk is costly for him. Where can I find milk for all such experiment? One, milk is costly for him, milk is too dear for him maybe, and two, he doesn't want to waste the milk, and three, he may not be, or he is not interested in doing any kind of experiments. Any of these three is possible. Okay, when Appanna says that where can I find milk for all such experiment. Either he doesn't want to do experiment, or he is not interested in experiment, or another option that he doesn't want to waste good milk doing all kind of experiment which he is not interested in. So ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾದ್ದು, not everybody is interested in doing experiment. He believed whatever he had heard. Understood? So moving on, is there any basis for the stories that are spread about these plants and herbs? I wondered whether I should squeeze the leaves into milk and see what happens. Instead of criticizing others for not knowing, I thought it would be better to check it out on my own. So all this time what our narrator has did, like with Mara and others, he was criticizing others, or he was criticizing Mara for telling the lies or not knowing something. Now our narrator thinks that he should do some experiment so that he can know whether whatever the stories people say is true or not. Isn't it? That's a good thing to do. So what did he do? He wanted to experiment whatever Aparna has told. I plucked some leaves from the creeper and took them to my friend Chandru, who is a plant pathologist. I told him what I had heard about this plant. We decided to conduct an experiment and brought a liter of milk. The other scientists' friends laughed at us. They said that we were wasting a liter of good milk listening to all kind of cock and bull stories. Once we have decided to play the fools, we couldn't care less about other laughing at us. So we put the milk and leaves into the mixer and switched it on. After they were thoroughly mixed, we poured it into a vessel. We watched for some time and to see whether it would become curdled or remain as it was. Nothing happened for a couple of minutes. Just as I decided that we had indeed wasted a liter of milk, I touched it again. It had become firm and rubbery. When we inverted the vessel, the whole thing fell out like a molded cast. What did they do? What was the experiment? First, narrator plucked some leaves from the creeper. So what did he do? Pluck, ಕೀಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, from the creeper, ಬಳ್ಳಿ. And where did he go? He went to meet his friend Chandru. Who is Chandru? He is a plant pathologist. Pathology is a branch of medicine science that studies the cause and nature and effect of diseases. So a person or a scientist who study about diseases of the plants, or he studies about the plant. So he went to Chandru. He is a scientist, so they may be working in kind of laboratory, right? So, and he told him he wanted to do that experiment because he heard all those things. And Chandru was not alone. There are some other scientists. And what about other scientist friends? Other scientist friends or other scientists, they laughed at us, laughed at them. What did they do? They made fun of Chandru and our narrator. Why did they made fun of Chandru and our narrator? Because they thought that these two people are wasting the milk. It's not just wasting the milk. Actually, they laughed at them because they believed the stories of villagers. They believed the stories of rustic people or ordinary people. So this is something they did not able to digest, because they are the scientists. They are supposed to know things, and not the villagers. They thought. Who thought? Scientist friends. Or in other words, we have to realize, we have to understand that these scientist friends of our narrator, except Chandru, are not ready to experiment, or not ready to check whether the stories of villagers are true or false. So this is nothing but prejudice. Prejudice ಅಂದರೆ ಪೂರ್ವಾಗ್ರಹ. ಹಳ್ಳಿಯವರ ಕಥೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ is false, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಪೂರ್ವಾಗ್ರಹ. Only we know the truth. Maybe this kind of ideology they might have had. Let's continue with that. They have decided to play fools. However, they have decided to do experiment, knowing that they will be people will laugh at them. So then what did they do? Once they have decided, they continue with that. And there is one more word, cock and bull stories phrase. Cock and bull stories means kattu kate, not real, unreal stories. So We put the milk and the leaves into a mixer and switched it on. What's the next step? They put the leaves in the milk and everything in the mixer and turned it on. What happened? After some time they got the juice and they poured it into a vessel ಪಾತ್ರೆ pour ಸುರಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. They pour everything or this milk which is mixed with the juice into a vessel. They wash for some time. Very soon as soon as they mixed it, it won't happen, so they have to wait for some time. They waited for some time, but nothing has changed. So he touched it, our narrator touched it to see whether it's curdled. Observe this word, whether it is curdled. Why it is important? The word curdled is important because this is what our narrator thought. When you squeeze something sour into a milk, milk becomes hard. Alva? That's what he said. So he thought that milk is supposed to become curdled. So when he was doing this experiment, his thought was something like this: it should be curdled, and that's what he tried to observe. Has it curdled? No, it remained as it was. It did nothing happened for some time. So they waited a couple more minutes. After some time, he might have decided that okay, nothing is going to happen. He did not The milk did not seem as if it has been curdled, and he realized that, or he thought that they have wasted the milk and the experiment had failed. At that time he touched the milk again. Maybe he is trying the one last time, right? What happened when he touched it for one last time? Milk had become firm and rubbery. What had is really hardened. It become firm, ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, and rubbery, like rubber, not just curdled. ಮೊಸರು ಮತ್ತು ರಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So there is a difference between curdle and rubber. What is that? Rubbery means it is hard. When we inverted the vessel, the whole thing fell out like a molded cast. So what did they do? They inverted the vessel. ಪಾತ್ರೆಯನ್ನು invert, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. Inverted the vessel. Then what happened? The milk, or the hardened milk, fell out. ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. How? Not as a milk. Instead, like a molded cast. ಅಚ್ಚು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. What can we say that? Achu mold or molded means art made in clay or wax or giving the shape. Next, molded cast. What is the cast? Case shaped or formulated in a particular style. So an art or a shape or a thing made in some kind of clay or wax or some other material, maybe metal, and shaped in a particular style, and the style over here taken that of or the form of the vessel in which it has made. Understood? So the milk has become firm and rubbery and like a molded cast. That means whatever the story Aparna has told is true. Okay, shall we move on? Before going to the next class, just go through the text once again and note down the points, whatever you have understood, realized. See you in the next class. Thank you.